Hello and welcome to this YouTube video where I'm going to be discussing the real way to lose weight for summer. See, if you're an over 30 that has spent years stuck in that vicious yo-yo cycle and you're telling yourself that this is the summer that I'm finally going to lose weight, I want to feel better in myself, I want to be more confident, and now is the time of year that I really want to put that into practice. Well, this video is for you, and I'm going to discuss three main things that you need to do in order to make sure that this is the summer that you feel incredible in your own skin. And one of the big things that I see adults over 30, the mistake that they continuously make when pursuing their weight loss goal in hopes of feeling better in themselves and transforming the way that they look, is they fail to make themselves and goal a priority. So before we even go into the generic things that most coaches and PTs are telling you right now, which is being in a calorie deficit, get 10,000 steps in a day, this is all generic surface level stuff, but there's deeper reasons as to why you're not where you want to be. And there's other aspects to this of health and fitness and how we can actually move the needle with your weight loss goal once and for all, which is more than what you see on the surface. It's more than a calorie target. It's more than tracking your food on MyFitnessPal. There is so much more to it. And these three things are going to really open your eyes up to just a different way of viewing your weight loss journey, especially as we come into summer. And this is the real way that you can start losing weight incredibly fast on the lead up to summer. So the first thing is you need to start making yourself a priority. The issue that you have is that you're always putting everybody else's needs ahead of your own, whether you have a family, you've got work responsibilities, things to do outside of work, like life and general day-to-day things, that it takes priority. So unless you make yourself a priority and you actually commit to your goal on a higher level than you ever have, it's not going to happen. You can have all the intentions in the world of, right, I want to lose weight for summer, let's do it. But if you're not actually committing to a goal and making yourself a priority, then it's never going to happen. So learning to show up for yourself and actually learn that, we can't pour from an empty cup. It's important that we learn to start filling our own cup up before anyone else's, understanding why do we actually want to lose weight for summer? Okay, I want to lose a bit of weight, I want to feel better. But it's more than that. What is the reason why? Because if we can really leverage why you're doing this, what you want to gain from losing weight, how you want to feel over summer, it makes it more meaningful. We can really connect to the driving force behind why we actually want to lose weight. And instead of just going, right, I want to lose weight, I'll track my calories for 4 weeks on MyFitnessPal and let's see what happens. It's too short-term focused. It's too surface level. When life is busy, when you're distracted, the socials, more socials than ever now, the weather's picking up. You've got holidays coming up. You've got family events. There's so much going on. You're just going to get lost in the chaos of life because your goal isn't meaningful enough. It's not a priority in your life. So this is the biggest thing, the issue that so many adults make when they're trying to lose weight for summer. Okay, we have to kind of understand the longer term vision. Okay, because if we just say I want to lose weight for summer, well, you'll put the effort in for 4 weeks and then you'll just go back to square one again. So what is the point in even going through that process? So that's why we've got to really get clear on what is that long term vision. Okay, so what is the goals that you have of losing weight? How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? What impact do you want it to have on your life? Okay, because that will stand the test of time, and it will allow you that even when life is busier and we might be getting distracted and there's more socials, the sun's nice, there's things to contest with as we draw closer to summer. We don't get distracted. We stay connected to our purpose and actually commit to the process because our goal is a priority. We know what it means to us. It's to finally wear clothes and feel proud of ourselves, to finally look in the mirror and go, I actually like how I look, to finally be present on holiday with our children and not have to hide behind the camera and not take pictures. So it's all about getting really clear on what is the long-term vision. So remove summer out the equation for now. Where do you want to get to with your weight loss journey? Why is it something that you continually try and pursue? Get clear on that why. Okay, what it's going to give you that you don't have now and what life you're moving away from. Then you're going to be able to commit to your goal because it's not just a 4-week quick fix. This is a lifestyle change. This is the person that I want to step into. And it will become more of a priority in your life. Once it becomes more of a priority, you will move heaven and earth to make it happen. Okay, you will find a way and you will actually commit to doing the work. Okay, because if we just have the intention of, I want to lose weight for summer and I'm just going to start doing a couple of things short term, you're not going to stick to it. Therefore, you might see a little bit of weight loss, but nothing like you want to really show up as the best version of yourself come summer. So that's the first thing. We need to make ourselves more of a priority and our goal in our life, because if it's at the bottom of the pile, we're just not going to do the work. Now, the second thing that I want you to focus on, and this is something that I get every single client inside of the Lean and Fulfilled lifestyle to do, is focus on consistent effort, not perfected ones. Because the reality is, perfect is the enemy of good, okay? And so many adults have that all or nothing mindset where, you know, they've been on the yo-yo weight loss hamster wheel for years, and it's kind of like, right, summer is here again, let's give it a shot. Okay, and it's the same thing that they tell themselves every single year. So they get that all or nothing mindset where they're all in or not at all. But this is absolutely hazardous when we're trying to lose weight for summer, because we're busy. There's socials, it's nicer weather. There's so many more distractions right now. Okay, even though yes, we want to feel incredible in our own skin, we want to have more freedom, we want to feel good in our clothes, and we want to lose weight, but at the same time we're conflicted because we want to have fun, we want to enjoy ourselves. And this is where, when you have that all or nothing mindset and you focus on being perfect with everything, like being on it with your diet, being on it with your training, you know, you just end up throwing the towel in because you set yourself up to fail because your expectations are so high. You've got to realize it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Okay, it's about giving all that you can in that moment in time, controlling what you can, letting go of what you can't. Because consistent efforts compound over time to get you the result that you want. On the lead up to summer, to lose weight, you don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be absolutely bang on with our nutrition 100% of the time. We don't need to not miss a workout. We don't need to obsess over hitting 10K steps every single day. But what we do need to do is be consistent with our efforts. So maybe a few days of the week, you might be giving 100%, hitting everything that you need to. But then on other days, because you're busy, you've had socials, you're away for the weekend, work is stressful, family life's kicking off, you might only be able to give 20%, all right? You might not be able to get a workout in, but you still might be able to stay on track for 2 of your meals out of 3. But that's better than nothing. And if you only had 20% to give and you gave 20%, well then in my eyes you gave 100%. And that's what I mean, something is better than nothing. Being consistent with your efforts and intentions is better than striving for perfection, because, you know, we can't let perfect be the enemy of good, because it truly is. And striving for perfection is just setting yourself up to fail, because as a busy adult over 30 with a family to look after, with a busy job, with life responsibilities and everything else that kicks off as we draw closer to summer with holidays and events and everything else, if we strive for perfection, we're going to tell ourselves, I can't achieve my weight loss goal because there's so much going on. This is where we need to get really good at embracing the chaos of life, being okay with being adaptable, learning how to embrace challenges, being flexible with our approach. These are all things that I cover inside the Lean and Fulfilled lifestyle, and why my clients are able to break through weight loss plateaus that they've had for years, finally break free of that weight loss yo-yo hamster wheel that they find themselves stuck in. Okay, and it's all down to your mindset and how you view your progress, and actually striving to just be consistent. Show up in whatever capacity you can and give it your best shot, over striving to be perfect. Because if you try and be perfect right now, with all the challenges that you're going to face as we go towards summer, you're just going to think it's not achievable. You're going to throw the towel in and actually miss out on enjoying the best of both worlds, which is losing weight, showing up as the best version of yourself, feeling incredible in your own skin, being present, not avoiding the camera, and just having the best summer while celebrating and enjoying life. And it's all about finding that balance. So that's the second thing. Focus on consistent efforts, not perfect ones. And then a final thing that I want you to think about, okay, when we look at how do we lose weight for summer, how do we start to change our body shape so we feel more comfortable in our own skin? And there's something massive here, absolutely massive, that I want you to lean into. And it all comes from building better habits. Okay, building a solid foundation that your result is built upon. Because if we want to lose weight for summer, we need to build the foundations that allow us to actually do that. Because yes, on paper, we need to be in a calorie deficit. We need to work out, go to work out and lift weights a few times a week. We need to, get a certain amount of steps in. Okay, we need to have some fundamental things in play to action and implement to be able to actually achieve the result. But that is absolutely useless if we don't have strong foundations. And what I mean by that is I could give you the most scientific plan in the world, bespoke for you, that if you action, you will lose weight for summer and feel amazing. But if you can't actually adhere to it because we haven't got the right habits in place, then it's absolutely useless. okay? Your system is flawed and you're just going to trip yourself up, self-sabotage, and give up on yourself. So what we want to do is focus on building better habits. How can we get you in a mindset that feels good, that manages its emotions, that is in a calm, cool place, that believes in themselves? How can we start to shift you into a place that actually allows for that weight to come off? And it's all down to building better habits. You know, your habits are your behaviors. It's how you choose to act every single day. They are the standards that you set for yourself and you live by. So that creates your future. You know, every action that you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Your habits are the person that you become, or are the person that you are. So changing your habits is absolutely key. And that's why we've got to look at, it's more than just tracking your calories on MyFitnessPal. Okay, right, I want to lose weight for summer. Here's a calorie goal. Let's just hit that and I'll lose weight. It's like, it's got to be more than that. What about the habits within the realms of nutrition? How can we hit that calorie goal more efficiently? Well, we could eat more protein because that's going to fill us up and it's going to help us to burn more calories. It's also going to help improve our training performance, so we tone our body further actually as we're losing weight. Then we've got to look at, are we eating enough fiber? So we're filling our body up, we're getting all of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to feel incredible. It's not just about losing weight, it's about feeling great. Okay, you can eat 2,000 calories a day and lose weight eating pizza, but you're going to feel terrible. So we want to try and increase the food volume that you're eating by eating single ingredient, nutrient dense foods. So by improving your nutrition habits, for example, instead of just, I need to hit 2,000 calories, I'm going to start tracking MyFitnessPal, but actually, how can we get 20 to 40 grams of protein in at breakfast? How can we have, you know, one portion of fruit with every single meal that we have? How can we get in 2 to 4 litres of water a day? So how can we improve the things that sometimes seem insignificant, like, oh yeah, but it doesn't matter about how I do it, I just need to do it. No. How you do it is everything, okay? How you actually implement all of the things that you need to achieve your result is key. So we need to really focus on them habits. How are you starting your day? Are you waking up, snoozing your alarm, missing your gym session in the morning, and just like starting on the back foot? Like, we want to get on the front foot. So how can we, you know, get up and seize our day? How can we wake up, hydrate, caffeinate, get some form of movement in, plan our day ahead? So we're starting our day on the front foot, being intentional, and it links back to point one that I made, making ourselves more of a priority. So improving your morning routine, making sure that we're getting a high protein breakfast in, making sure that for lunch we're having a high protein voluminous lunch with loads of fruit, loads of vegetables, to really get in all the good stuff that's going to make us feel good and help us actually adhere to a calorie deficit, which we need to lose weight for summer. Okay, how can we actually make sure that we're managing stress, we're improving our sleep, all of the things that allow you to adhere to things 100%. Okay, because if you're sleep deprived, if you're stressed, if your self-belief is low, so you haven't done any mental work. This is one of the big things that I do in the lean and fulfilled lifestyle. You know, we use a 360-degree approach on health and fitness. So it's more than just, here's a training plan, here's a nutrition plan. It's like, how do we change your identity? How do we build self-belief? How do we normalize bad days? How do we embrace challenges? How do we be adaptable? All the things that you need to know, the things under the surface that allow you to do the work properly. These are the things that we need to work on. Okay, and it's why in the initial phase of my coaching program, Establish, we focus on building better habits. We focus on changing your mindset with our unique accountability, habit, and mindset building system that helps our clients to see and feel results quicker than ever before. And we drip feed them a habit every single week, because habits are built on frequency. And if we start with a morning routine, then we focus on high protein breakfast, then we focus on lunch, then we focus on hydration. If we go through that process, you install habits that not only help you see and feel results quicker, the process becomes easier, it becomes funner, but actually they stand the test of time. So once we lose weight for summer and feel so much better, we can actually continue them because they're part of who we are. We've changed our identity. So they are the 3 things that I want you to focus on. And this is the real way to lose weight for summer. If we're not making ourselves and goal a priority because we don't know why we're doing this and we don't understand that long-term vision, if we're not focusing on being consistent over perfect, and if we're not building better habits, you know, over just hitting a calorie goal and going to the gym, then we're not going to be able to lose weight for summer. So hopefully that gives you a different perspective and gets you to view your health and fitness goal differently. And this is what, you know, I do in the lean and fulfilled lifestyle, why I coach over 30s, you know, to finally achieve and sustain their dream body, their healthy lifestyle, just so they can show up with more success, more confidence, and less worry. So hope you found that useful. This is episode 1 of the Lean and Fulfilled Lifestyle YouTube channel. I hope you found it valuable, and I'm going to be pumping out one video a week moving forward. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy, stick around, and if you have any questions, please let me know.